Arsenal Football Club have obviously looked a formidable outfit. And we are now having conversations, not about what will they win, but how many trophies will Arsenal secure by the end of this season. It is a massive 5 months coming up for Mikel Arteta's men, and helping me discuss exactly how it's going to play out is the wonderful Turkish. Thank you so much, sir.
Pleasure, as always.
Mate, this talk, how many trophies? It's prevalent. It's about. I had the radio on this morning, TalkSport were doing it. How many trophies are Arsenal going to win this year? You are the best team in the country. You are the best squad in the country. You have a 7-point lead in the Premier League. You're top of the Champions League. It's all going incredibly well. You've got a semi-final. You're ahead in the Carabao Cup. You're out. What are you thinking with regard to this question? How many trophies? Are you dreaming of more than one?
Honestly?
Yeah.
I'm dreaming of the Premier League.
Yeah, I agree with you.
First and foremost.
Yeah, I agree. Sensible out.
That's
exactly what I thought you said.
We've got to keep our feet to the ground, you know. But it does look like we're on the cusp of something special. You know, the numbers leading up to this season, and then the numbers during this season, the squad depth we've talked about before on another video. Go check that out. And the flexibility already so far this season, in that we've had our defence ravaged with injuries at one point. Saliba, Gabriel both down. Mosquera, Hincapié down at the same time. We've had our attack missing 6 players at any one time. So we've gone through those moments and we're still 7 points clear. And I'm kind of frustrated it's not more. Yeah. You know, so we are on the cusp of something special. I do think we achieved something special this season, but a Premier League is special for me.
Of course.
I watched Liverpool a few years ago go closer than anyone has ever gone, and I believe closer than anyone will ever go to winning a quadruple. They took everything to the last day, the last game, and then left with 2 out of the 4. And that's on the last day. So me sitting here in January going into February, confident about all 4, I can't be. I'm still looking at that Premier League, and that is the one I want. But I do think we'll win 2. What the other one will be, I don't know. Yeah. But I do think
I was arguing, I got quite a lot of stick, quite a lot of abuse actually. I was arguing that it could be in Arsenal's interest. Not now you're in a semi-final and already winning in a semi-final. I'm talking way earlier in the League Cup.
Yeah.
I was saying that I thought it could have been within Arsenal's interest to just get out of it. Because my rationale was this. Arsenal haven't won a Premier League title for 2 decades. Just win that. Like, it's an amazing season. Absolutely flawless season, in my opinion. If you finish this season with a Premier
League champions.
And sometimes, I mean, you mentioned Liverpool. It's a great reference. They spread themselves too thinly and ended up with winning your 2 domestic cups is not a bad season at all. But it does feel a little bit underwhelming considering...
That's why I don't want to go too far with we can win it all. Because we've been starved of the majors for so long that I want to get to that Premier League title and appreciate it for what it is. Not worrying about everything else. Yeah. Because I do want the Champions League. I'd love the FA Cup alongside the league. I grew up on a couple doubles. Yeah. But I also don't want to expect it because, like you said, with Liverpool, this is outside looking in. Liverpool fans will say different. They still won 2. But, you know, I don't want to get to a stage where we're so close to 4. And then we end up with 1 and it feels underwhelming. A Premier League title should never feel underwhelming. So for me, that is the one. Anything else that comes with it, beautiful.
Mate, I couldn't agree more. You are now, however, in pole position for the League Cup.
Yeah.
You've got, you've won away from home in a semi-final. That should be enough.
Yep.
That should be enough. You're likely to make it to the final, and it's likely to be Man City.
Should be, yeah.
How significant do you think winning that piece of silverware will be? Like, the Jose Mourinho mentality was, whoever wins that will win the Premier League title. If you're going up against Man City, both for the league and in that competition, it could be a little bit of an indicator. How seriously will you be taking that League Cup final?
Being Man City, even more seriously than we should.
Yeah, symbolic.
Because if it was a Newcastle in the final or a Man United in the final, I'd still want it. You know, we need to get over the line with Sutton. It's been 5 years or 6 years now. But I just feel like, now it's Man City. I could imagine us winning it, celebrating on that pitch, seeing the City players dejected. Usually it's the other way around.
Yeah.
And like you said, symbolic. What does that do mentally for us going forward? We've just battered the Sharks, essentially. So now, let's finish them off in the rest of the season.
Do you personally agree with the Mourinho mentality? Like, Mourinho was always like, you win the League Cup, you win the league. It whets the appetite for silverware. It gets you greedy. And greed is a great word if you're hunting silverware, right? Do you personally agree with that?
No.
Okay.
I just think you can make arguments for and against it. We've seen great clubs come out of winning a Carabao first or a League Cup first, and we've seen Ten Hag win it with United and get sacked. 12 months later. And I grew up on the League Cup being the let's see what the youngsters are about. So I grew up in a period where it wasn't valued as much as, because Ferguson used to do the same thing. Fergie and Wenger took it as this is our fringe/youth player tournament, cup competition. It was only till Mourinho and then Pep after Mourinho that it became what it is today, a bit more, which is weird because I think the League Cup has come up in value over the years and the FA Cup has somehow come down in value.
Yeah.
That should never be the case. The FA Cup should still hold that.
I agree.
But the League Cup is important for where we are now, and being Man City, the importance is rose 10
and now
times.
you're here. Now you're here in a semi-final, already winning against Chelsea. You've gone to Stamford Bridge and won. Now you're here. I kind of feel like you have to win it.
Yeah.
My argument before was this doesn't define Arsenal at all. They don't need a two-legged semi-final against Chelsea.
Yeah,
it could be a distraction, but I agree. Now you're here. I actually think you have to win it.
I agree, because we've been through enough pain. I think you have to go through a certain level of pain to finally achieve success, and you can say that to any walk of life. But we've been through enough now where if we go and lose this final to Man City, we don't need any more pain. What would that pain do to us then mentally?
Could derail you, actually.
It could, because you can make reasons for the pain we went through before, learning curve, experience. We wasn't there before, but the pain. Now let's do it. Any more pain, it could really affect us mentally. So it's Man City. It's a cup final coming up. Fingers crossed if we get past Chelsea at the Emirates. Let's go and win it and go. As much as I don't value the Carabao, as much as I value FA Cup and then Champions League, Premier League, we're in it. So win it.
So the League Cup, it feels like it's moving towards North London.
We should, unless Gahey comes in and absolutely fixes their defence, which I don't see happening.
Yeah, he's a good player, but we'll have to wait and see. The FA Cup's an interesting one. You've got a good relationship with the FA Cup.
Love it.
It saved Mikel Arteta.
Yep,
it certainly did. And you got Wigan, I think, in the fourth round.
Emirates.
The problem, I guess, for all of us is everyone's still in. Only Manchester United have been launched out of it.
And Tottenham?
Yeah.
But only Manchester United.
Yeah. Which do you feel like you go for this one as well? You want to go for the jugular of the FA Cup?
Yeah, you see how the draw plays out. Wigan, great draw, home tie. Get past them as we should, and then see who we get in the next round. Where it falls is important too, because March the Champions League knockouts for us is back because we're in the top 8, certified. So, where does that FA Cup land? It usually lands mid-March-ish, around the Champions League games. At that stage, you start March, April, May. You start prioritizing a little bit. Yeah. Right, so I just hope for a nice clean run until the semi-final in terms of opposition at home, that we expect to beat. That would be rosy, but we could get Man City at the Etihad in the 5th round, in between a Champions League last 16 against, I don't know, whoever. I lean more towards that.
Is there anything in this theory? Just get out the cup. Just get out
not with the depth we have.
No, yeah, that's true.
I mean, we recently went through our second string, and that was the second string all 11.
Yeah.
Now, if you mix some of them in with the starters, we should be we should be okay. And our injury worries can't be as damning as they were in the first half of the season, because in the first half of the season, like I mentioned, there's a couple of areas where we were threadbare with the squad we've got. So I expect it to be much better placed in the next few months. So. Yeah. We should be able to, I'm not looking to throw away anything.
Okay. Well, let's look at the big two then, right? The Champions League. Your Champions League form has shocked me. I've got to be honest. Mm-hmm. It's really shocked me, because I've always seen you as pretenders in Europe, and I've enjoyed that. Big results. Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, 1-7 out of 7. Best team in Europe, form team in Europe, top of the league in Europe. That has probably never been a sentence that anyone's ever said about Arsenal in Europe before.
No.
It has surprised me. Is this the year? Do you kind of eradicate and change the view of Arsenal in Europe?
Shall I be honest with you? I thought last year was the year when we made the semis. It just felt like it.
So did I, mate. It's when actually I've had to admit that moment, the feeling that I had. I know you didn't win it. You didn't win anything, but that's when I actually conceded that Mikel Arteta was the main man.
Yeah.
Because because the feeling that I had was you were going to win the Champions League. At the very least, get to a Champions League final.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was actually planning my life to not be about free.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I work a lot. I've got to get over to Dalston, very Arsenal area. I'm thinking, okay, I can't be there when this... It was... And it was all because of
There's a lot of holidays being planned.
A lot of holidays being booked. Yeah. Getting away.
Yeah.
Because I thought, okay, this is it. This is going to happen. And that almost, obviously not for you. This is no comfort for you and almost irrelevant. It's my own thing. But I had to go, okay, they're not the club that I thought they were in Europe.
Yeah.
And that is a big deal.
100%. We've never been close to favourites for the Champions
Never.
League, even in our heyday.
Never.
And you know, towards the end of last season we were top 3, top 4 going into it. Now, you know, all season we've been the favourites pretty much from the first couple of game weeks for the Champions League. So Arteta's put us in that position now. Can I expect because of that? No, I cannot. We've been in a Champions League.
About you in Europe, you know.
Listen, I mean, I've had nightmares, you know, 1-0 up with 15 minutes to go and we're sitting here 20 years later with no Champions League. It's not easy.
Mate, obviously, that's the one. But, you know, over the years, like I will forever be thankful to John Carew. John Carew, I love John Carew forever. If I ever meet John Carew, I'll bow down. The king, because of what he did in Europe.
Yeah.
But I honestly have a terrible feeling that Budapest is going to be at least half Arsenal. Whether you win it, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I've suddenly gone, oh my God, like battering everyone. Like when I saw the team that you put out against Inter, I was like, look, it's never easy to win in Milan. They're good. They're a proper prestigious European outfit, right? And then you put out a weakened side, which you have the right to do. You've earned that right.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, they won't win that. And what?
Not dominated, but we started the game well. We controlled large chunks at San Siro.
This is the one that's really given me the fear, you know.
It's Champions League. You just can't get carried away. I learned that before, and then being away from it, I had to learn it again last season. Yeah. So this season, it's okay. We've beaten Bayern, we've beaten Atletico, we've beaten Inter Milan, a few of the big teams you expect to be in the knockouts. But last year we beat PSG in the knockout in the league phase, and in the knockouts it was a different team. Yeah. And I actually look at Bayern Munich in a similar fashion because they'll have Musiala back into a team where the attack is already ticking. Yes, we done very well and nullified them for pretty much 80, 85 minutes of the game. But like I said, in the knockouts, it's very different, home, away, how you manage it. And, you know, Bayern Munich have a lot more experience in how to manage it, even though they haven't won it for a little while now. I'm looking at them as, but we're top 2. So
do you think there's anything in this?
We shouldn't see each other to the final if we do things correctly.
No, that's true. But what about, the teams that do have European foothold?
Yeah.
Liverpool. If you got Liverpool in Europe, would you be terrified?
No.
Wouldn't you?
No.
See, the fact that you said no there has terrified me. And I kind of agree with you. Yeah. I do kind of agree with you.
I'd be wary against Bayern, PSG.
Yeah.
And just because Real Madrid, Barcelona.
PSG, though, because of last year, I feel like it would work in your favour potentially.
Yeah, I'd hope so. But, I'd also assume if I put myself in those shoes, Dembele's, Luis Enrique's, Vitinha's, we done them over last season, lads. Home and away. Yeah. So that could be the motivation they need. So I'll include Real and Barca in there, even though Real we smoked last year. I just think there's something about these clubs that in a European knockout, anything can happen. They have the quality. Yeah,
I do agree. So now obviously the Premier League,
I think we win it. I think when we went top of the league in November? I think it's November. I said we won't see second again.
Yeah.
I've been confident about it. Frustrated because we haven't. It should be 11 points now. It's not. It's 7. It is what it is.
There was something massive about double digits, isn't there? Double digits for some reason. I don't know. 10 feels so much better than 9.
Yeah, 100%. That's important for me because 9 is free game.
Yeah.
10 makes it 4, and we got to go Etihad. And I know City ain't the same, but there's PTSD there.
Of course. Yeah.
Whether that's City catching us and being sharks, or whether that's us bottling it, or crumbling under the pressure. So I'd like to be as far gone as possible. But at the same time, even though we haven't capitalized the last 2 times, the 2 games before that we did. Yeah. It was 2 points at the start of the month, it's 7 points now. So it just depends what angle you want to look at it. Whatever angle I look at it at, whether I'm frustrated at the last 2 or whether I'm happy at being 7, I think we're winning the league. And that's it.
I agree. I don't see anybody stopping you. And even if you do think that Arsenal aren't quite the outfit, who's chasing? The team that are chasing are looking far worse than the team that are pioneering.
Yeah.
So I agree. Okay, so you think the league's... That's the first time that you've said, right, well, you think you win the Premier League?
First time on YouTube, I've said going into a season, we're going to win the league.
Yeah.
There was a time a year and a half ago, I was talking about last season saying we're going to win that league. But then the window that preceded that season, I turned around and said, we're not going to do it. It's going to be second again.
Okay.
This year, I've been adamant, we're going to do it. From the transfer window to seeing how Liverpool started the season to seeing how Pep's dealt with his, conundrum over there, we're going to do it. Most of that we're going to do it is on us because of how good we are. 20% of that we're going to do it is how poor Man City, Liverpool and the teams around us have been.
Okay, so Premier League.
Yep.
Plus,
I think
cards on the table moment.
I think we win 2. So I'm going to say Premier League and Carabao.
Brilliant season.
100%.
Flawless season, in fact.
Fingers crossed for the rest.
And fingers crossed that none of that comes true and Arsenal completely capitulate. That was what we will keep our fingers crossed for on this channel. Always a joy, Turkish. Thank
Pleasure,
you very
man.
much.
Come on.
And fantastic insight.
I want to ask you.
Go on.
What are we winning? What do you think Arsenal win this season? But what's your monologue? Taking out bias and taking out allegiances.
I think you win the league.
Just the league?
Do you know what? I think you win the league and then get beaten by Wigan, get beaten in the... and that's an amazing season.
You might knock us out the Carabao.
Yeah, I think that's a great season if you win the league, though. For you.
100. If we win the league.
I think it's a great season
please.
For you.
That's all I need.
If you fall out of the other 3 competitions
that's all I need.
today, but you win the Premier League title, amazing.
That's all I need.
I kind of think you'll win the Carabao as well, actually. The League Cup, but the league, it doesn't... You must win the league.
Yeah.
Beyond that, anything is a cherry on the cake, but the cake
100%. We need the cake.
And I do believe that you will win the Premier League, which is a hateful sentence. One that I hope to... I'm not sure I've ever hoped to be more wrong.
I can see you feel sick.
Yeah, that was fun. Make sure that you check out Turkish's channel. Fantastic content over there. It's always a joy to welcome you onto this one, mate. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody for watching. Let us know in the comment section below what you think of Arsenal's chances of winning multiple trophies.